Today we are going to talk about export. Even though Figma is a collaborative tool and in the majority of cases you'll share your designs with a team or with developers or with your clients via sharing link, but in some cases you need to export your designs as a PNGs or as a SVGs or as a PDFs for some internal presentation or to use that in some marketing materials, etc. In the majority of cases, developers also will need to export graphics and icons and images since they need them to integrate that into their code. So now I'll show you how to export objects in Figma. So it's pretty straightforward. You just select what you want to export. For instance, in this case, it's rectangle 1. And then you go to the right sidebar where there is like a last option which called export. You click on the plus button and then this appears. So here what is important to mention is that you may select a type of the export. So currently there are like 4 of them: PNG, JPEG, SVG and PDF. You may also select a resolution, and you also see a preview here. So basically, since it's a gray rectangle, you'll see here the gray rectangle preview. So if you press export, then you'll be transferred to this one, and then you can select the name and save it. The same works for any object out there. So here is the ellipse. You go to export. Again, here is a preview for the ellipse. The same is for the text. You also can go to export. You can select the resolution. You can select the PNG or SVG. You have the preview here, and you also can export that. The same for the vector element, which is drawn by pen tool. Again, export as SVG, for instance, and then export, and that's all. However, in some cases, you will not export just a separate object, but you may also export a group of objects. For instance, you can select 4 objects and then press here and make group selection. And this basically creates a group from these objects. So there will be like 4 elements here. Groups are very similar to frames, but it's a slightly different thing. So with the group, you can again press export, and then the whole group will be exported. So all these 4 objects, but they will be exported as one united object. And another interesting thing is that we have a frame here, which contains all these layers. And you may actually export the whole frame, which will contain everything. So you can see here, this is the preview of what will be included. And the important part about the frame is that here you may also have a checkbox that the color, the background color of the frame will also be shown in the eventual file. So if you uncheck this checkbox, then you may see in the preview here there will be no background. If you check this checkbox, then there will be a white background in this object. That's all what I wanted to say about the export, and see you in the next videos.